Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay, this is Coloring Bliss, and today I'm going to share with you something I discovered when I was digging deep inside the Faber-Castell website. Now recently I was in there researching Faber-Castell Polychromos because of our huge giveaway that we're currently doing, and as I was looking around I came across something that I hadn't seen for months on the Faber-Castell website. The Try It boxes are back. Now, I opened up a Faber-Castell Try It box months and months and months ago, and I really enjoyed it, but at the time it wasn't available anymore. But these 4 boxes are available. Now, what is a Try It box, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Now just wait, Jennifer, before you get started with those Try It boxes, I need to tell all of you about our giveaway. It's going on right now and it's huge. It's the ultimate Polychromos giveaway and it's worth $300. One of you lucky people will win this prize. It is a beautiful full set of Polychromos pencils in a nice wooden box to display them and use them. This is definitely the ultimate Polychromos set, and to help you with your Polychromos pencils, we're including the Tritone workbook that is brand specific to these pencils so that you can get your pencils organized and use them efficiently. This is an awesome prize and you need to get your entries in now because we began this giveaway on June 26th and it ends on July 17th. So you don't have a lot of time to get all those entries in. Now the winner will be announced on July 18th via email, and coming up on your screen right now are some ways for you to avoid any scams that might try to come your way. But the most important thing you need to know when it comes to scams is that we do not ask for any money when it comes to our giveaways. We pay for shipping, we pay for the entire prize, and we'll get it to you, and everyone is welcome to enter. So don't get scammed. Make sure that you get your entries in, and good luck everyone on this beautiful ultimate Polychromos giveaway. All right, back to Jim. These are the 4 Faber-Castell Try It boxes. They are themed boxes, and there's 2 categories. Well, yeah, 2 categories in this set of 4 boxes. We have the Creative Studio category, which is sort of like their student grade or hobbyist level of art supplies in the Faber-Castell world. And then we have 2 more boxes here that are the Art and Graphic category. And this is the more professional grade where you'll get the high-end, really awesome supplies. So let you just take a little look at each box while I read to you what it says on the Faber-Castell website. The Try It Box collection was created to offer artists an affordable sampling of premium art supplies that allows them to experiment with colored pencils, pastel pencils, graphite pencils, charcoal pencils, and more, as you discover the exceptional qualities that make Faber-Castell a trusted choice among artists. All right, to help us through the unboxing and experimenting with these new Try It boxes, I want to answer 3 questions for each of the 4 boxes. The first question is each box unique and inspiring? Will you open it up and be like, I have to make art right now? Or is it sort of a lackluster box? Second question is each box a good bargain? So we're going to talk about the costs of the boxes and how much each individual thing inside of it costs and the total value, all of that good stuff. And the third question is, would I recommend each and every box? Or is there some that I feel are really a good value and you should purchase? Or are there others that I feel like are kind of not worth your time and money? That's the questions I have. And I think the way we'll do it is we'll start with the Creative Studio boxes. There's 2 of them. And remember, the Creative Studio is more their student grade or hobbyist type level. And they come in, as you saw, 2 kinds in the Creative Studio. We have the Try It Box Dry Mediums and we have the Try It Box Wet Mediums. So let's start by unboxing the Wet Mediums box, and I'm going to read to you what the website says about this box. The Creative Studio Try It Box is a curated selection of high-quality art supplies that allows you to experiment with watercolor marker, pencils, paint, and more, all in one convenient purchase. This sampling set is crafted to ignite creativity, offering artists of all levels an opportunity to explore, create, and fall in love with the diverse possibilities of wet mediums. With 13 pieces, each box delivers exceptional value for your artistic journey. Alright, so here you can see we have 6 pencils. These are the Gold Faber Aqua. So they're a water-soluble pencil. Let's get them out of here and take a look at them. Cool. Pretty colors. We got a yellow, orange, a red, sort of a red violet, a blue, and a green. So really nice colors. Now we also have this little marker here, and if we look at the information that we've been given, it's a dual marker with a brush tip on one end and a fine liner tip on the other end, and it's in the color black, which is not very colorful, inspiring, but very practical and useful for a lot of different things. I'm excited to play with that. We were given a water brush, which I always need more water brushes, so I'm happy about that. We'll see how the quality is as we experiment here in just a minute. And then we've also got this collapsible cup, which I think is fantastic. It's got a really firm and rigid base, and then the collapsible section. And then along here, it's got ridges, so you can set your brush and it won't roll off. I think that is really clever. I'm excited about this collapsible cup. That's really cool. And then we got 4 different paints. And I looked up the Creative Studio watercolor paint and I couldn't find too much about it on Dick Blick, but this is Cadmium Yellow 107. We have Light Blue 147. We have Middle Purple Pink, number 125, and we have Emerald Green 163. So we have a good mixing group of colors here that hopefully we can make a lot of pretty colors with. So I think we need to get out my sketchbook and do a little playing and see how this performs. I'm going to go fill this up with water. I already filled up the water brush. I'll be right back and let's do some art. Alright, we're all done playing with the wet mediums by Creative Studio Faber-Castell. Now let's check out the Creative Studio dry mediums and see what's in this box. The Creative Studio Try It Box is a curated selection of high-quality art supplies that allows you to experience with colored pencils, graphite pencils, pastels, and more, all in one convenient purchase. This sampling is crafted to ignite creativity, offering artists of all levels an opportunity to explore, create, and fall in love with the diverse possibilities of dry mediums. With 26 pieces, each box delivers exceptional value for your artistic journey. Alright, so this is what we get in the Creative Studio Dry Mediums box. Let's start with the boring things. We've got a pencil sharpener. Now, this isn't super boring. It's actually a really well-made little pencil sharpener. It says Faber-Castell on it, and the blade is coming from Germany, so that means it's going to last a really long time. This is a really good little pencil sharpener, so boring as a sharpener may be, they did well with giving us a good quality one. And here we've got a little eraser that we'll test and see how it works. And then we have a blending stump. If you've never seen one of these before, it's basically pressed paper into sort of a pencil shape. And it's mainly for helping us with our beautiful pastels over here. So that's a really good thing that they've included to help us out. Here we have 4 graphite gold Faber pencils, and they are in the size HB, 2B, 4B, and 6B. So you got a good variety of hardnesses. That's what those sizes or those labels mean. It's the hardness of the graphite lead. Now here we've got a really cool thing. This is actually more of a high-end art supply, not a Creative Studio line. This is the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in black, and I love these. I've got some in the brush tip, but I don't have any in this 0.3 little nib, so I'm excited to have a little something different in the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen world. Really happy about this pen. Now here we also have 6 color pencils, and these are the gold Faber-Castell pencils, and we've got them in number 107, 109, 121, 137, 147, and 166. So those will be fun to swatch and play around with as well. But this is what I didn't even know Faber-Castell did pastels, and they do it in their Creative Studio line. And this is so well packaged. Everything has been so well packaged and protected. I cannot wait. I'm really excited about getting these onto paper and see what they can do. So all right, let's get out my sketchbook and play around with the supplies that we received in the Dry Mediums box. This introductory assortment of wet art mediums is your gateway to the premium quality that defines Faber-Castell. Each art tool, from pencils to accessories, has been meticulously crafted to meet the highest standards of artists and creators. Whether you're drawing, sketching, illustrating, or painting, the art supplies in this sample set are designed to cater to various artistic forms, providing you with the versatility needed to bring your creative visions to life. This is the contents of the Faber-Castell Art and Graphic Wet Medium box. We get another water brush. This one is the same model as another one that I already own, and it has lasted me a really long time. I like the precise bristles and the big belly for the water, so I'm excited to have a second one of these. I think it'll be really useful for me. Everything in here has the Faber-Castell labeling on it. This says Faber-Castell. This cup is a collapsible water cup. I'll go fill both of those up with water and we'll see how they perform. I think we'll see how I feel about it, but I think I like the cup that came in the Creative Studio Wet Medium box a little bit better. But this will be handy to have for any travel I might be doing. Yeah, it's a little fiddly, but we'll see how it goes. This could be a palette too, but they did give us a blending palette, which is essentially a piece of cardstock that's been laminated. So nothing really fancy here, but still it was nice of them to give it to us. We've also got 2 Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers, and they've given it to us in warm gray 4, number 273, and in black, number 199. So again, the colors are not super inspiring, but very practical. I'll be able to use these for a lot of different things, for lettering and other purposes. That's cool. Oh, and these are dual nibbed. You've got a kind of a bullet nib on one side, and on the other side, a more brush type nib. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of lines and marks we can make with these. And then we have the Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. These are some of my absolute favorite watercolor pencils that are manufactured. I've done a battle of the watercolor pencils before, and this set here, the Albrecht Dürers, came in, I think that's number 1. But I wanted to show you how nicely packaged. Everything is so protected. They've got them in a plastic bag, but they've also protected the tips with a little bit of foam, so everything has arrived really nice and in pristine condition. So we've got 6 colors here, it looks like. Get them out of this bag and I'll read you the color names and then we'll play around with them. We've got light cadmium yellow 105. We've got dark cadmium orange 115. We have deep scarlet red 219, magenta 133, phthalo blue number 110, and we have light green number 171. Really nice little rainbow of colors. Let me get out my sketchbook and let's play. Alright, I don't think I assembled my water cup right because it is leaking. Luckily there's a cup here at the bottom that's catching the leaks, but that's what I was kind of afraid of. If you don't get it uncollapsed correctly, you're going to have a leaky time. See all that water leaking out? I better hurry and go dump that. This introductory assortment of dry art mediums is your gateway to the premium quality that defines Faber-Castell. Each art tool, from pencils to accessories, has been meticulously crafted to meet the highest standards of artists and creators. Whether you're drawing, sketching, illustrating, or writing, the art supplies in this sample set are designed to cater to various artistic forms, providing you with the versatility needed to bring your creative visions to life. Right, here we are with what we get in the Dry Mediums Art and Graphic box. First up is something familiar. This came in one of our other boxes. This is the Faber-Castell Artist Pen, small and 0.3. Personally, I'm glad to have a spare, so I'm not unhappy about getting a second one. But I think that's interesting that they've included it in 2 of the boxes. And then we get another paper stump for blending, a blending stump. So that will be very handy with what we have here. We've got another color pencil or standard pencil sharpener. And again, it's a nice one with a made in Germany blade. Here we have an eraser I haven't seen before. This is an Art Eraser Dust Free by Faber-Castell. Dust rolls together. Comfort edge for added ease when erasing. Extra soft for effective and cleaning erasing black lead pencils. So let me open this up because we're going to want to test it when we go to my sketchbook here. Get into this. It's nice that it's got a little sleeve I can keep on it if I want to, which I think I will, so I remember what attributes it's supposed to have. And then here we have a kneaded eraser. These, I'm not going to open this one. Let me show you what it looks like once you open it. I love Faber-Castell kneaded erasers. It comes in this little brick like this, and then when you get it out you can knead it and work with it, and it creates no dust when you erase with it. So let's say you had a tiny little spot you wanted to lift for a highlight, you can mold this into the shape you want and then go to the graphite and wiggle on it and lift it out and do a good highlight just exactly the way you want it. Lots of ways to use this kind of kneaded eraser. I'm going to keep this one pristine and nice for my future use, and we'll play around with this one here, which is also a Faber-Castell. So now we have the two little packages here. This one has our colors in it, again packaged so safely, so well. So all the tips are in pristine condition. That's one thing I'll say about these Try It boxes, is the packaging has been stellar. So we get 3 Polychromos pencils. Interesting color choices here. We've got black, number 199, burnt umber, number 280, and sanguine, number 188. So they're going for a really earthy tones here, which makes sense in their packaging. They were showing drawing faces, so this would be a good palette for that kind of drawing. And then we have the Pitt pastel pencils. So this is like a hard pastel or a soft chalk type pastel inside a pencil body, if you aren't familiar with it. They've given us, again, a nice, I think this is the same color. Yeah, number 188. So this is sanguine. And then burnt umber, number 280. Let me see if I'm right that they gave us the same ones. Yeah, 280 burnt umber, and then black, number 199 in the Pitt pastel pencils. So those are some really high-end, lovely tools here that I'm excited to play around with in the swatch book. And then over here in this bag, so we have a Faber-Castell Pitt Graphite Matte. Now that's a very interesting choice. Matte is, I think these are relatively new in their lineup. Graphite can have a shine or a sheen to it when you draw with it. So this gets away from that. It's a matte finish. So I can't wait to swatch that and see if it really is matte instead of shiny like standard graphite. And these are water-based. I think these are water-soluble. I'm not sure. Water-based varnish, it says on it. It's a 2H and a 3B. I'm going to have to read about those and see what makes those special and unique. And then we have 2 pencils that aren't sharpened. And I believe these are our charcoal. Yeah, Pitt charcoal pencils in M and H. So we'll have to sharpen those up with using our little sharpener here so we can play around with those charcoals. And then I know what this is. I have one of these. These are fantastic. This says water-based varnish again. I think that has to do with the coating on the pencils, not what's inside, because this is a perfection eraser. This is an eraser inside of a pencil, so you can sharpen it and get really tiny, really specific, precise details when you erase with this one. So again, really high end, which is what I would expect with the art and graphic box. Lots of beautiful supplies. Are they inspiring? Are you inspired? let's get out my swatch, my sketchbook, and let's play around with what we've been given. Okay, I'm looking inside their information leaflet, and I was right, this is the matte graphite, and then we've also been given the Castell 9000. I think that's these two that I was interested in. These are a graphite pencil here. Yeah, Castell 9000. Okay, so not water soluble, but we've got good graphite, matte graphite, charcoal, color pencils, and pastels all here, and three erasers, a pen, a blending stump, and a pencil sharpener. This is quite a good little setup here. Alright, I don't know if you noticed that, but I sharpened both charcoal pencils with the Faber-Castell little single hole pencil sharpener. It worked really great, but this one here, not the H but the M, was too soft. It broke, so I had to resharpen it, and I used a knife instead. And I think that's why these pencils have come unsharpened, so if you want to use a knife on them, you can. I usually sharpen my charcoal pencils and my pastel pencils this way with a knife, and I like using this little knife right here. It's just a box cutter type in a nice knife situation, but it's got a thumb rest right here, so I can sit and rest and really do a good job. This blade has seen better days. It needs to be replaced, but it still did the job, and I was able to get a beautiful blend with the charcoal. Lots of fun. Okay, let me clean up and let's talk about prices and value for these boxes. Alright, now that we've unboxed and played with all the products, let's talk about value for each of these boxes. So this right here is the Creative Studio Wet. It is retailing at $25 for the box. I was able to get it on Amazon in the US for $23.52. So about the same cost there. This box was a lot of fun. I'm excited for you to comment below at which box you would purchase. Let me show you what I did with the art on that page. That's this page right here. Got some beautiful colors out of the watercolor tubes. I have some really pretty mixes that I did with these colors. Here's that big dual marker, which I love. I'm really excited about that. And that's a new product to me, so I'm excited. And then we have the 6 aqua pencils down here, the gold Fabers, and how they activate it out. And it also came with a water brush and a water cup. So that's a really good value, I think, but I've got it broken out. Let me get the breakout here so that you can see. So I paid $23.52, retail price is $25. I went through and figured out how much the gold Faber Aqua pencils were. They came in at $9. The dual marker is $2.87. The Click and Go water cup was $5.50. I couldn't find the watercolor paints, so I went and I used the price for Cotman water tubes. I think that's a pretty good comparison. So that's $12 for those 4. One water brush at $6, and then I gave $3 for the packaging and the info leaflet that's inside. That all comes up to $38.37, all those together. So in the end, I'm ahead by $14.85. So the whole box value, I would guess, is at $38.37. Most of these prices are what I could get here in the US on dickblick.com. And that's how I figured out all the prices. So this one, I think, is a spectacular value. Highly recommend this one, especially if you can get it even less expensive on Amazon. The Creative Studio Wet Mediums. For the answer to the third question, would I recommend this box? My answer is yes. The box is unique, it's inspiring. I think it's a good bargain for the price. So I would say, yeah, go for it. Purchase this one. It's a really good one. Lots of fun. I love the water cup that it came with. I think I will definitely be using the products that came in this box. Now the second Creative Studio box here is the Dry Mediums box, and let me show you real quick. It also retails for $25, and I got mine for $14.67 on Amazon here in the US. So I got a really stellar deal on this particular box. Let me show you what I did with it. I checked the erasers. Here's the graphite pencils, the Pit Artist pen, all the gold Faber color pencils, and they're okay. I was able to get a really pretty blend. As you can see, it worked really well. I think the star attraction for this box is the 12 soft pastels. You could do backgrounds with them, you could do coloring with them, different art projects. I mean, this is a lot of fun. It comes with the blending stump and a sharpener and an eraser. All good things happen in this box. So as far as being, first of all, is the box unique and inspiring? I would totally say yes. Second of all, is the box a good bargain? Let's take a look at my breakdown here. Again, the retail price is $25. The 6 gold Faber color pencils would come in at $9 on Dick Blick. The 4 gold Faber graphite pencils at $4. The 12 soft pastels, they cost $10 on Dick Blick. The Pit Artist pen is $3.21. I gave 50 cents for the paper blender, $1 for the eraser, $3 for the sharpener, and another $3 for the packaging. So the total box value comes in at $33.71 for all the products. Like I said, I bought it for $14.67, so I'm ahead by $19 on this box. So again, this box was a lot of fun. I already showed you the things I was able to create with them. It was packaged well. It's inspiring. Yep, my answer to question number 3 is, would I recommend each box? And this one I would totally recommend. Such a good value for what you get in this Creative Studio Dry box. So far we've got 2 boxes we've broken down the prices for, and 2 boxes that I highly recommend. They're both really good. Let me put this over here and let me grab the next box and let's answer the 3 questions for the next 2 boxes. All right, here's the Art and Graphic Wet Mediums box, and this one, it retails for a whopping $40. These ones are more money, and I got mine for $33.34 on Amazon in the US. And here's what we have inside. So the question is, 1, is each box unique and inspiring? This box, the pencils are very inspiring to me. I wish they had given us maybe a color and a black rather than a gray and a black in these watercolor markers. And I love the water brush. The palette, I think, is sort of a throwaway. I don't think it's worth all that. But it's there, so that gives a little value. And then the cup, like I showed you during the break when I was using them, the cup did have a problem for me and it did leak. So I don't know if I would trust this. I think I need to practice with this and see what I did wrong. Hopefully I can figure out what I did wrong with that one. So is this an inspiring and unique box? Yes, but I'm not super inspired. I love having all of these water-soluble pencils that are the #1 best ones according to my video that I did a few years ago. So that's good. Now, is the box a bargain? Let's break it down. Here I have my little piece of paper. Again, this is $40 retail. I paid $33.34. The 6 Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils are worth $15.90. The 2 Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers are worth $9.28. The water brush is an $8 water brush. The water cup is $5.80. The blending palette, I gave them just $1 credit for that one, and then I gave them $3 credit for the packaging and the info guide, which brings it all together to a box value worth $42.98. So I'm ahead by $9.64 because I didn't pay retail at $40. But this one is pretty close, pretty spot on as far as the value for what you get inside of it if you pay the $40. So these are some really expensive art tools. It adds up quickly and it's a fun box. Would I recommend this box? If you've never tried the Albrecht Dürer, yes, I would totally recommend this box. It's a good way to get a little variety of pencils, a couple other fun products to play around with, and it will give you a good experience. So again, if you've never tried Albrecht Dürer, this might be the box for you. Now we have our final of the 4 boxes, the Art and Graphic Dry Mediums, and this one also retails for $40. I got mine for pretty much $40. It was $39.20 on Amazon here in the US. So my first question is this box unique and inspiring? I've got to say, this box has very specialized tools. If you don't use pastels or charcoal or graphite, then half the stuff in here is not going to be useful to you. You might have fun swatching it, but then will you ever use it again? The Polychromos pencils are amazing in here, but the colors that they've given us are very specialized again. This dust-free eraser created a lot of dust, so I wouldn't agree with that. The kneaded eraser is great. The Pit Artist pencil is great. I did want to show you the art I did with this box here. So here we have the Polychromos. Over here we have the Pit pastel pencils. Look at the 2 blends. They are really interesting. I really like the look of the Pit Artist pastel pencils really a lot, and they blended super easy. This is talking about the color system, how they have the same numbers and color name from one product to the next in their art and graphic lines. It's really helpful for things like this. I did the 2 graphite pencils, and then this is the matte. Let's move it in the light. These are definitely shiny, and that one is matte. Can you tell? That 3B is really catching the light. So is the 2H, but the HB matte is just nice and matte. So if you're looking for a good matte graphite pencil, I highly recommend. Here I drew a little heart and I pulled the highlight out using the Perfection eraser, which is that pencil eraser. We got also the charcoal, which I already talked about having some sharpening issues, but we resolved that by using a knife. So this box, I would say, is probably the least inspiring to me, mainly because of the color palette and because I don't use a lot of graphite pencils, and the charcoal and the pastel I use very seldom. So this one is less inspiring to me, but if you are a different kind of artist than me, then this one might be exactly what you're looking for to try these products. So I think it's curated well with the color palettes and the tools you get in it. I think it's really smart. You get that Pit Artist pen as well, but it's just not as inspiring to me. So comment below, are you inspired by the Art and Graphic Dry box? I'm really curious to know what you think of this one. So let's talk about value now that we've talked about being inspired. So here we have this box, and here's the breakdown. So we have $40 retail value. Oh, let me change the camera for you. Here we have a $40 retail value. I paid $39.20. The 3 Polychromos pencils come in at $6.66. The 2 Castell 9000 graphite pencils come in at $3.30. The 2 charcoal pencils $4.64. The 3 Pitt Pastel pencils, $8.28. The Pitt Artist Superfine, $3.21. The Dust-Free Vinyl Eraser, $2. 82 cents for the kneaded eraser, 50 cents for the paper blender, $2.32 for the Perfection eraser pencil, and again I gave it a credit of $3 for the packaging and the little guide that comes in it. Or did I? I didn't. I did $3 for the metal sharpener, but we needed to add in $3 more for the packaging. Okay. All right, that brings the box value up to $37.73. Now that's less than the $40 retail price. So this is the first of the 4 boxes that come in where I think you could buy the individual pieces cheaper than buying the box, even if you take into account packaging and the info guide that comes into it. It's still $37 worth of supplies, where if you had spent $40 on it, you might feel like you got a little gypped. So this is the first box that I would say I don't recommend, and mainly that's to my community. If you are a different type of artist, like I said, it might be exactly what you're looking for, but if I take into account the first thing, not being super inspired by the box, the second thing, it's not a super great bargain. You can buy all those separate items individually and come out less than what they charged. And so the answer to the third question is I would not recommend this third box. But I think I would tell everyone to go out and buy the first 2. The Creative Studio, they did great. It's not the artist grade, professional grade tools, but the boxes themselves are inspiring and fun, and you get a huge variety of art tools in these 2 boxes. So for less than $40 on Amazon in June of 2024, I can get these 2 boxes and give myself a ton of variety of things to do and explore in the Faber-Castell Creative Studio world. That's pretty cool. So that's what I would recommend. I'm going to put links to the Faber-Castell website where you can learn and read about these boxes. And then I'll also put links to Amazon where you can purchase these boxes. Comment below, which of the 4 boxes are you most excited by? Any of the Creative Studio, wet or dry? The Art and Graphic, wet or dry? Which ones are you most excited about trying? And do you think that Faber-Castell should keep doing these Try It boxes? Maybe come up with a few different additional boxes that we could look into. But we don't have the gelatos in here. I think there's quite a few other products, especially in the Creative Studio line, that we don't have in these boxes. So I think they could probably come up with a couple more. It's pretty cool. I hope that this was an educational and helpful video and guiding you on where to invest your money and giving you the experience of the Faber-Castell Try It boxes. Don't forget, we have that huge giveaway going on, so follow the link in the video description to get you over to the website where you can get your entries in for your chance to win that big ultimate Polychromos experience grand prize. I'm so excited to be giving that away. Thank you, Faber-Castell, for making such quality products that we can depend on and enjoy and be inspired by. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button on your way out. And I hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everyone.